Ever pondered why biodiversity matters in farming? It's more than just a buzzword. It's a principle that has been at the heart of agriculture for centuries, playing a critical role in creating sustainable, resilient, and productive agricultural systems. Biodiversity enhancement in farming is about cultivating a diverse ecosystem within our agricultural landscapes. It's about creating a balance, a harmony, if you will, between the crops we grow, the soil they grow in, and the insects, birds, and other wildlife that share these spaces. Think of it as an orchestra. Each player, each species has a role to play. When they all play together, they create a symphony of life that is far more resilient and productive than any one species could achieve on its own. One of the key benefits of biodiversity in farming is improved soil health. A diverse range of plantings contributes to a healthier soil structure, more fertile ground, and a more efficient nutrient cycle. This reduces the need for synthetic fertilizers, making your farm more productive in the long run. Biodiversity also provides natural pest control. A variety of insects, birds, and microorganisms can help keep pest populations in check, reducing the need for chemical pesticides. Plus, by providing a habitat for pollinators like bees, butterflies, and birds, biodiverse farming systems promote effective crop pollination, leading to higher yields and better fruit quality. And let's not forget the cultural significance. Biodiversity enhancement in farming helps to preserve traditional crop varieties, cultural heritage, and culinary diversity. It offers consumers a wider range of nutritious and flavorful foods, contributing to a richer and more diverse food culture. In essence, biodiversity in farming is about working with nature, not against it. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all life and leveraging that interconnectedness to create more resilient, productive, and sustainable agricultural systems. So, now you know why biodiversity matters in farming, but how did we come to recognize its importance? And how can we enhance biodiversity in our own farming practices? Let's dive deeper into the origins of this practice, shall we? The roots of biodiversity enhancement in farming go way back. Now let's turn back the clock and delve into the rich history of these practices. In the beginning, traditional agricultural systems were the norm, where farmers relied on diverse crop varieties, integrated livestock, and an intimate understanding of local ecosystems. These were not just farming practices but ways of life, deeply rooted in the community and the land. One such practice was polyculture, where farmers would cultivate multiple crops in the same space, mimicking the diversity of natural ecosystems. This not only maximized yield, but also fostered a healthy balance of nutrients in the soil, reducing the need for artificial fertilizers. Then there was agroforestry, an ingenious practice that integrated trees and shrubs into farmlands. This not only created a diverse habitat for various species, but also provided additional benefits like shade, wind protection, and even additional sources of food or income. And let's not forget about terraced agriculture, a practice that turned even the steepest hillsides into productive farmlands. This approach not only optimized the use of land, but also helped prevent soil erosion, preserving the health of the land for future generations. These indigenous farming practices inherently promoted biodiversity and sustained local communities, creating a beautiful synergy between people and nature. But as times changed, so did our farming practices. The modern era brought about a shift from traditional methods to more industrialized agriculture. But with this shift came a growing realization of the ecological benefits of biodiversity. This led to a resurgence of interest in biodiversity enhancement in farming, not as a nod to the past, but as a blueprint for a sustainable and resilient future. Today, farmers around the world are adopting and adapting these practices, weaving the threads of the past into the fabric of modern agriculture. These practices, both old and new, all share a common goal: enhancing biodiversity to improve agricultural sustainability and resilience. They remind us that farming is not just about yield, but about nurturing a thriving ecosystem that can sustain us all. Now, how about some intriguing facts about biodiversity enhancement in farming? Biodiversity enhancement in farming is much more than meets the eye. This dynamic approach to agriculture is a treasure trove of benefits, some of which may surprise you. Let's delve into 5 unique facts about biodiversity enhancement in farming. Firstly, we have ecosystem resilience. Farms that embrace biodiversity are better equipped to withstand environmental stresses, such as pests, diseases, and extreme weather events. This increased resilience comes from the complexity of ecological interactions where each species plays a role in maintaining balance. Secondly, biodiversity enhancement significantly improves soil health. farms with a variety of plant species have improved soil structure, fertility, and nutrient cycling. This reduces the need for synthetic fertilizers and enhances long-term productivity. The third fact is about natural pest control. Farms rich in biodiversity are home to a variety of beneficial insects, birds, and microorganisms that help regulate pest populations. This reduces the reliance on chemical pesticides, promoting a healthier and more sustainable ecosystem. Next, we have pollination services. Biodiverse farms provide ideal habitats and food resources for pollinators such as bees, butterflies, and birds. This encourages effective crop pollination, leading to higher yields and improved fruit quality. Lastly, biodiversity enhancement in farming contributes to cultural and culinary diversity. By preserving traditional crop varieties, we're not only protecting our cultural heritage, but also providing consumers with a wider range of nutritious and flavorful foods. So, biodiversity enhancement in farming is not just about the number of species on a farm. It's about creating resilient ecosystems, nurturing healthy soils, promoting natural pest control, enabling effective pollination, and preserving our cultural and culinary diversity. Indeed, it's a holistic approach that touches every aspect of our lives, from the food we eat to the environment we live in. But how can a farmer successfully implement biodiversity enhancement? Success in biodiversity enhancement requires strategic planning. A well-orchestrated dance of diverse species, each playing its part in the great ecological ballet that is biodiversity enhancement, requires careful choreography. Let's dive into some strategies that can help you turn your farm into a thriving, biodiverse system. First off, let's talk about crop rotation. This age-old practice involves growing different types of crops in the same area, across different seasons. It's a fantastic way to disrupt pest cycles and improve soil health. Plus, it maintains diverse habitats for beneficial organisms. Think of it as a rotating cast of characters, each bringing their own unique talents to the stage. Next up, we have cover cropping. Ever heard of an understudy in a theater production? Well, cover crops are the understudies of the farming world. They're planted between cash crop rotations to suppress weeds, fix nitrogen, and improve soil structure. Not to mention, they provide a great habitat for beneficial insects. Then there's agroforestry, a beautiful blend of agriculture and forestry. By integrating trees, shrubs, or perennial crops into your agricultural landscapes, you can diversify habitats, enhance biodiversity, and provide additional ecosystem services. Consider them the set designers of your ecological theater, providing shade, wind protection, and scenic beauty. Habitat creation is another key strategy. Maintaining or establishing features like hedgerows, field margins, ponds, and wetlands can support biodiversity and provide refuge for beneficial wildlife. It's like creating backstage areas for your supporting cast to rest and prepare for their next scene. And finally, we come to reduced chemical inputs. Minimizing the use of synthetic pesticides and fertilizers helps maintain a healthy, balanced ecosystem. Instead, opt for integrated pest management, organic practices, and soil conservation measures. This is like swapping out artificial stage makeup for natural products, allowing your performers to shine without causing harm. Remember, the goal is to create a harmonious, self-sustaining system where each component supports the others, contributing to the overall health and productivity of your farm. Now let's introduce some plants that can help boost biodiversity on the farm. Certain plants can be real game changers when it comes to biodiversity enhancement. These plants play pivotal roles in farm ecosystems, contributing to everything from soil fertility to pest control. So let's explore 5 such plants that can help enhance biodiversity in your farming landscape. First up, we have the sunflower. These bright, cheerful plants, scientifically known as Helianthus sp, are a magnet for pollinators and beneficial insects. Their vibrant flowers provide nectar and pollen, attracting a variety of bees and butterflies. Plus, the seeds they produce are a favorite food source for many bird species. Next on the list is white clover, or Trifolium repens. This plant is a fantastic ground cover, suppressing weeds and improving soil structure. But that's not all. White clover is a nitrogen-fixing plant. It works with bacteria in the soil to convert atmospheric nitrogen into a form that plants can use, effectively fertilizing the soil naturally. Moving on, we have the mighty oak tree. While not a plant in the traditional farming sense, Incorporating trees like oaks into your farm landscape can have profound biodiversity benefits. Oaks support a vast array of wildlife, from insects to mammals, and enhance the structural diversity and microclimates within your farm. Our fourth plant is the humble marigold. This plant is not just for looks. Marigolds have been known to deter certain pests, like nematodes and aphids, making them a great addition to your natural pest control arsenal. Finally, we have the buckwheat plant. Buckwheat is a quick-growing cover crop that can help suppress weeds, improve soil structure, and attract beneficial insects. It also has the added bonus of producing grain that can be harvested and used in a variety of ways. So, these are just 5 examples of the many plants that can contribute to biodiversity enhancement on your farm. Remember, diversity is the spice of life, and that's especially true in farming. So, biodiversity enhancement is not only beneficial for our farms, but also for the planet and our future. So, what have we learned today about biodiversity enhancement in farming? We've delved into the roots of biodiversity enhancement, tracing back to traditional agricultural systems that inherently promoted ecological balance. We've discovered unique facts about this practice, learning how it bolsters ecosystem resilience, improves soil health, enables natural pest control, and even promotes cultural and culinary diversity. We've also explored strategies for successful biodiversity enhancement, from crop rotation and cover cropping to agroforestry and habitat creation, and even reducing chemical inputs. All of these techniques play a part in creating a diverse and balanced farming environment. We've identified 5 beneficial plants like sunflowers and white clover that contribute to this biodiversity. Each of these plants play a unique role, attracting pollinators, improving soil fertility, and providing forage for livestock. Remember, fostering biodiversity on the farm is a step towards a sustainable and resilient agricultural future. Until next time, happy farming!